Hello, good afternoon. My name is Dr. Kazi Rouf. I am going to present today my primary research paper, Religious Patriarchal Values, Abstracts, Bangladeshi Rural Women's Human Rights. I am presenting this paper at 2012-2013 Religion and Public Life Conference at Wilfrid Laurier University, Waterloo, Canada, on March 1, 2013. I am the visiting scholar of Leadership, Higher and Adult Education, University of Toronto, and Assistant Professor, Noble International University, USA. My presentation has three parts. First, I am going to discuss about the Bangladeshi situation, Bangladesh women's status in Bangladesh, and thesis statement, and also some statistics. And then I am going to talk about the Muslim Sharia law and customary law, Hindu law, and legal law. Those are things, and how the NGOs are trying to establish the human rights in Bangladesh. So those are my first. So now I'm going to go to the overview of women's status in Bangladesh. Bangladesh is a highly patriarchal, Muslim-dominated society. Men make household decisions and have property rights. Denial of women autonomy in everywhere in Bangladesh. Naira Kabir, she writes on book, in that book she mentioned. And women hold half of the sky. So in Bangladesh, we have 50% men and 50% women. So 50% women are really the huge labor force. And you know, in Bangladesh, we have 160 million people within 65,000 square kilometers. So it is a small land, but huge baskets of population. My thesis statement is, this paper argues British colonization, gender division of labor, patriarchy and religious customary laws, values have denied women access to equal rights, property rights and other financial resources. So I will told that in Bangladesh we have 164 million people within 147 square kilometers. Half of your populations are female. The density of population is 763 per square kilometer. Adult female literacy rate is 43%. Is much lower than the national average, 68%. So female literacy is lower than the national average. Individual per capita income is $370, but it is the 2002 statistic. Asian women have only 1% of wealth in the world. They do 66% of the work that is needed for human survival. 30% of the total population has access to basic health. In case of women, it is lesser. So 76% of all households are deficient in calorie intake. 50% of women live under the poverty line. So here, I just the next slide I give little bit some statistics that male and female literacy rate in Bangladesh. In 1991, male literacy rate was 14%, female literacy rate was 1%. But in 2002, it is 52.3% male and 35% is female literacy. So it is increasing, huge increasing, and it will be faster than men's literacy rate in Bangladesh, I hope so. The second one is number of women in ministers in Bangladesh during different political regions. So you can see that at the top level what is the situation. So Bangladesh independent in 1972, actually 71 December, and then At the first cabinet, there are 50 ministers, 47 were male ministers and 2 were the female ministers. If you look at 2009, the total ministers number is 43%, total ministers male is 37, and women is 6%. So 6 women. So it is percentage is 40% women are now in the cabinet, which is very good, but not compared to Canada and other developed countries. So in women and national election, parliamentary election, if you look at in 1973, women candidates were less than one, and now there are 3% women. That means in that time only 15 seats are reserved for the women. This time now 45 reserved seats for women, and the percentage is 15% National Assembly. And one good thing is that in 1970, no female candidate success in women election, but in 2008, 19 women succeed in national election. Selected candidates for civil services in different Bangladesh civil services, examination by gender. It is really very good compared to national literacy rate, adult literacy rate. In 2000, 20th Bangladesh civil service batch, total candidates were 1,900, and selected candidate male are 81%, women are 43%, and women selected candidate numbers are 18%. You see, 43% selected candidates, 18.82, 19%, you can say. And if we look at 2006, 27th base, total candidates selected, male candidates selected, 2,417, which is 74%, 75%, whereas female it was 822, and the female candidate number is 25%, which is increasing, and more it will be in the future, I hope so, because women high rejection rate is higher than in Bangladesh. So now I am going to talk back the British regime and discrimination to women in Indo-Pak subcontinent. Before the British colonialized India, it was a self-sufficient village community, a land-based agriculture, fostered an egalitarian status for women in the family, and self-sufficient agriculture, village collective culture, and economy was destroyed by the British capitalist colonialism from 1750. And colonizers introduced the male-dominant nuclear family norm, and private land ownership system promotes individuality, hierarchy in the family, created a new male class called zamindars, revenue collectors, by the British people. They also introduced the Permanent Land Settlement Act in India in 1973, robbed women land ownership, national system, and British created a new pretty bourgeoisie as the ruling class. The state experiences hegemonic crisis and political instability, produced misery in the society, and created unequal inheritance law of women. So, and also created gender division of labor. How? Women contributes the majority of agriculture, but this new land tenure system forced farmers into cash crop production and commercialized agriculture. Women were left out from land ownership, and the new system of agriculture lost assets and status in the society, and women were left with no rights and no power in the society. Gender division of labor exploits women. Men work outside, earn money and provide financial support to the family. Women are responsible for domestic obligations. Men are the breadwinners and women are the homemakers. And women have taken these socially prescribed rules for granted. Women's domestic work is stereotyped as man's work not valued. And women involved in unpaid family subsistence agricultural work. Women have internalized the existing societal values of women instrumental. Those give advantages of man, and confines women at home with unpaid domestic jobs. So that is the British. What about the religious point of view? You know that Parda, it is veiling women one kind of dress, put them modest clothing. So it is not only the clothing, it is called Parda, a system, a custom that women should maintain, not to go outside, they should stay at home, not to talk with unknown people, the public, those are things, concepts of Parda. So this Parda system actually dominates women, and dichotomy of public and private realm in Islam underpin gender subordination and dependence. And another one is breaking Parda. Those women who break the Parda are treated women as seen as deviant, an outsider or deviant. And kinship arrangements of Bangladesh are visibly patrilineal. Names of sons and grandsons are listed in the traditional family genogram. So this is the customary thing. And then come to religious, Hindu and Muslim law. Islamic Sharia law and Hindu law encourages male-dominated patriarchy. Religious law, Muslim and Hindu, discriminates women's property law. And Islam and Hinduism have discriminatory inheritance laws against women. Muslim-dominated cultures and laws dominate people's life. One MP warned a feminist in 1994 to never try to touch the Hindu law in the name of women's welfare, otherwise blood would be flooding in the floor of parliament. So with this strong statement, the feminists in Bangladesh, they are very active and they make movement and try to enforce the women equality in property rights. So this is the thing, and then women lawyers and Bangladesh Human Rights Council, a member, they challenge the male-dominated customary law and property rights. And Sharia law, the Islamic law, the high-level religious leader, they actually manipulate, they control, they manage, they give the control, they give the decision principles on the religious laws. And Islamic organization united together to maintain Islamic family law. When women protest against this women human rights, women property laws, equality property rights, then the Sharia people, the Muslim religious group, they also protest. They united together to maintain Islamic family law. These laws and cultures place man in control of women's labor, choice of marriage, access to resources, and legal rights. So this is the thing. And then Muslim Sharia laws also in Islam, I can give some specific example. In Islam, the widow can only own 12.5% of her husband's property under Sharia law. In practice, widows cannot even own this property due to village politics of fatwa and customary laws. Although there is a 12.5% property, the rights for widows, but to claim, to take this property, own, it is something problem. A lot of village politics, a lot of village people, and the husband, died husband, relatives, the different kinship, they were against of it and make a lot of hassle, so that lady sometimes quit to demand these rights, this property. So, another thing is that Muslim laws often contradict legal laws and impeded the application of justice for women, because legal law already make it. Recently, the government tried to make the law equal property rights for the women, but this legal laws, Muslim laws, and the customary laws, those are different and contradict. So most widows give up their claims of property because fear of violence and anger. This media, so regarding this, the media is totally silent in this affair. So that is another sad news for us. Media reports violence against women. I put some statistics that how the women are suffering from violence. So in 1997, there are violence incident in 177, but case file one turned to murder, torture, eliciting and rape 109, and fatwa mullahs, the unethical monopoly decision 119, and case file 128. See, 177 is the event incident, only 28 were case filed, and it takes time to take the decision. So if you look at 2003, the case increased 374, murder, torture, rape turned 249, only 46 were case filed. Actually, these are media reported, but in my personal experience, a lot of things are not reported, not also not published. It is just with the family, keep silent and confined to the family affair, because other if it spread, it will be a problem for them. So sometimes they do not report to media or to other people. So that's another event also. Women are suffering from human rights, basic human rights. It is mahar and dowry. It is severely increasing in Bangladesh, and especially affects women in Bangladesh. The mahar, the Muslim marriage, there is a law protect women, particularly through the custom of mahar and dowry. Mahar is money, property, jewelry, and clothing that is to be given to the bride upon divorce, but no return these conditions in the marriage registration coming nama. Practice of mahar now has been replaced by dowry in Bangladesh, and dowry exploits, victimizes, and discriminates women's equal rights to wealth. Dowry is a demand for wealth by the groom's family and for the bride. So dowry-related violence is common in Bangladesh. So if we look at what is the situation in Bangladesh regarding court-filed dowry cases and status of decisions on that in 2000, we see the complaint filed in 2000 dowry 873, physical violence turned 143, disposed settled 599, and physical violence turned 97, and pending 274, and physical violence 46. The Ain Salish Cancer 2000, they have been statistical source. So customary laws dominated by religious law. How? Customary law, which exists in Bangladesh, which doesn't follow 100% the Muslim law or legal law, but they are dominated by religious elites or the rural elites. How customary laws dominate rural women, governed by the rural religious male elites. Some reform has been made in property rights in Bangladesh, but women in practice still do not have property in their names. Mullahs and other customary values prevent women from working outside the home promotes the dichotomy of private and public role, barriers to women's participation in economic activity outside home. Now, many feminists talk about women's equality. Feminists have challenged the Muslim Family Property Law Ordinance in 1961 and raised the question of midwives in village council. So women access to property rights, women equal access to property rights would help them to be economically, socially, and politically empowered. Such empowerment would facilitate women living abuse, violent, and male-dominated environments and overcoming poverty. The Constitution of Bangladesh appears to strongly approach gender equality, but still there is a gap between law and its actual implementation. So, in such situation, the international NGOs and the domestic NGOs, local NGOs, they do a lot of work, but let's see what they are doing. Income generating programs for women in economic and social liberation. In Bangladesh, Grameen Bank, a credit organization, it has 16 decisions, some texts, where this text is a combination of socio-economic and environmental messages that campaigns for women liberation in Bangladesh. Grameen Bank credit creates opportunities for poor women in Bangladesh to free them from male dependence. It provides distressed women with education, life skills training, credit, and other support services for income generating purposes. Grameen Housing Loan Program introduced a policy that house loans could only disburse to those female borrowers who have house, land in their own name. So through this process, actually 3.6 million Bangladeshi rural women are able to have land in their own name. Still, 18% of women saw a raise in verbal aggression after they received loans from their husbands. So it is good news, but the problem is some, Bangladesh is part of microfinance organizations. Many microfinance organizations are working at the grassroots level, but sometimes they're only confined to microfinancing. So what the needs, they're working, is it enough? I think it needs more work for human rights in Bangladesh. In recent years, government and NGOs initiated to improve the status of women by providing free education up to class 8. Grameen Bank, Mahila Samiti, the Women Cooperative, BRAC, BRDB, Proshika run various programs to help women achieve self-reliance. However, the initiatives are confronting the customer religious Muslim and Hindu laws and traditional rural values. Civil society organizations can initiate a gender equality action program in collaboration with the state law enforcing agencies, NGOs, to fight for women equal rights in Bangladesh. So this is my presentation. If you have some questions, please ask me and feel free to answer. So thank you for your patience